Greetings, everyone. George Lamie here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea Tranquility, bringing you new album reviews all the damn time. Today, we're going to look at the eighth studio album from the German jazz metal band Panzerballett, which will release on April 25th. It's called Übercode Œuvre. There is the cover. Pretty damn cool, if you ask me. Um, I'm a fan going all the way back to their debut in 2006. So that's my background with them. There have been numerous lineup changes through the years, but I think it's fair to say that these days it's guitarist Jan Zerfeld that is Panzerballet. So who else is pitching in on this one? You got my friend Anton Davidjans on bass in his second album with the band. Like their 2020 album, Planet Z, you have a drummer by committee on this one with Marco Miniman, Virgil Donati, Morgan Agron, Annika Niles, and Sebastian Lanzer taking turns on the stool. And you got Florian Fennis playing the saxophone. So what do we got here? The album opens with a version of the famous Meshuggah track, Bleed. Um, as with all Panzer covers, they have exercised some evil genius here, and they twisted it to give it the feeling of the tempo fluctuating. It's a very cool effect, and it's just nice to hear Lancer back behind the skins, soloing his ass off on this tune. He's the drummer on all their or most of their early albums up until the last one, and then he got busy with Obscura. But yeah, it's great to hear him back in the band. Seven Steps to Heaven is next, a co-write with the Spanish composer based in Germany, Nolinda Bejar. She also contributed a song to the last record. As the title indicates, septuplets are the note grouping of choice for this relatively short track at just over 3 minutes. Then you've got Summer, which is an adaptation of a portion of the legendary Vivaldi piece, The Four Seasons. Those who lived through the neoclassical metal days of the late 80s will probably get a similar feel here. Ripping bass solo from David Jans. He really injects the fusion flavor into the mix of this track. I mean, just great work from Anton. Next up, you got Alien Hip Hop, which is an old track of Virgil's that the guys have been doing in the live setting for a while. Probably most well known for appearing on Planet X's Quantum album in 2007. This version features a guest turn from former Brand X keyboardist Chris Clark, who turns in some blazing work. I mean, and I love the patch on this one. Really killer. Then you got one of my favorites on the album, the Zerfeld penned Andromeda. Really thoughtful composition with this somewhat mellower vibe. I guess a Panzerballett, if you will. Uh, Track 6 is another classical adaptation, this time the Beethoven composition, Ode to Joy, which appears here in two forms, both as a vocal tune and as an instrumental. Jan and I don't seem to share the same sensibilities in regards to vocals, so I'll probably be favoring the instrumental version that closes the CD. The vocal features a pair of women, including Connie Kreitmeyer, who has appeared on previous albums, and Andromeda and Archaea. Next, you got the old average white band cut. Pick up the pieces. Funky fusion on display here with a ton of rhythmic manipulation. Lots of fives and sevens in this track. And Jan's solo is even over 28/16 at some point. It's madness. It's another one of my favorites, definitely. That's followed by The Devil's Staircase, the most renowned composition perhaps from the avant-garde Polish-Hungarian composer Georgi Ligeti. Polymetric insanity here. This one's a complete handful. It really is. The CD closes with the instrumental version of Ode to Joy, which I probably should mention. It's a bit extended musically, a couple minutes actually, and it has a different drummer. So you got Miniman on the vocal and Donati mans the kit on the instrumental, which is jazzier and longer. So with both of which I like. So the digital version of the album is going to have an alternate take of Andromeda, I'm told, with it yet a different drummer. So For those of you that prefer the digital formats, you'll be getting extra track out of this. Overall, the production from Victor Bullock and Jan is great. Um, all the playing is top notch. I might say this one's leaning slightly more to the metal side than the fusion than is usually the case, but it's no issue for me, obviously, because I love both. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. It's not quite there yet, honestly, but I'm pretty confident that it will be as soon as I assimilate some of the denser tracks on here. It's between a 4 and a 4.5 right now. So that's it. Visit us on the web at seaoftranquility.org. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and also down below we have the links to the various ways you can support the channel. Go out and get this record. Go out and get your ears on it. As I said again, it will drop on April 25th, and it's called Übercode Œuvre. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.